Hi to all my God Still Makes Miracles, men and women, boys and girls. It is a blessing to be here today with you guys. Just wanted to share something really quick with everyone. I am what I like to call on my Faith29. And what that really means is during this season of my life, I am literally living by faith. So just a brief, transparent moment here. I have been living on my own since college, really. And then after I graduated, a year after I graduated, I moved completely out and I've been on my own ever since. I turned 29 this year. And those of you that may not know, I am an actor. I've been acting since high school. I went to college for it. I graduated with my degree, and I have been pretty much pursuing that ever since. Throughout the years, I've worked 9 to 5s. And I have been working my 9 to 5 for some time. And I was doing acting as well. I would do plays on the side. I would do some filming on the side. I would do little commercials here and there, but nothing where it really pushed me into mainstream just yet. But recently, after I got to around, I say the beginning of this year, I'll say around January, and a little bit before actually this year even came in, I really was talking to God about pursuing acting completely without having to work a full-time job, maybe something on the side to just get some income in, but while I'm waiting on gigs. But I felt like I really, really wanted to push this year. Since I turned 29 in June, I really wanted to push and really, really go after my dream and doing acting full time. That is what I've been really focusing on. So once my lease was up at my apartment, I decided to move back in with my parents, which is something I never thought I would do ever, because I'm a big advocate of taking care of myself, living on my own, paying my own bills, not worrying about nothing like that. But I love my family. They have supported me throughout my dreams, and they have been very, very, just always on my side when it came to what I wanted to do with my dreams. Even in college, I never was pressured to pick any type of major that I didn't want. I picked my own major, and my parents and my family just supported it. And, of course they have their reservations, because as a Christian, I always want to push this. No one's perfect, which is true. But as a Christian, I do believe that when it comes to acting, certain roles you have to really not take. I'm just going to be completely honest. As a Christian, I don't believe that we should be indulging and putting ourselves in positions that will compromise our witness. I do believe that. I do understand, acting is acting, of course, but there is a thin line. I always say this: you may be acting, but the devil is not, and neither is God. So they will remain who they are, whether your director says cut or not. But not to go on a tangent on that just quite yet. I want to get back to my faith journey. So, as I stated, when my lease was up, I decided to move back in with my parents. They were overjoyed to have me back home. And I'm glad to be here as well. It's been over a month now, and everything has been good. I've just been pretty much auditioning. I did book a commercial. I did book a film. I was background. And I also did another booking for a TV show. Which was also background, but I was able to be in the scenes. So it was really good. It was really fun. I just recently booked another show. Actually, it was the same show that I did before, but they booked me for another scene. So I'm really excited about that. And I do recently, there will be a movie coming out called Pardon Me that I also did a small little role in. I was background for that, but I got to have some great moments in that film, and I'm super excited. It's coming out August 15th. Those that are following me, I did post it. I'm probably going to post it again somewhere in this video. So be on the lookout for that. It'll probably be on the next little slide here. But I'm very excited about that. I did another little show. It was a TV show that's going to be coming out soon called Parental Control. I did that at the beginning of the year while I was working my job, which was very, very crazy. But luckily, the day we shot, I was actually off that particular day. But I'm very excited about this journey. The thing is, I want to really pinpoint when it comes to faith. It's unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen. You never know what turns you're going to face. You never know what's going to happen, but you cannot be tempted to go and leave your dream behind. I was reading today in Luke 4, and pretty much those of you that may not know, this is the story where Jesus was tempted by the devil, and of course, the devil did not prevail. One of the things, though, that stuck out to me, though, when I was reading, I saw, because we all know the devil does try to tempt each and every last one of us. If he tried to tempt the Most High God, he'll tempt us. But my thing, I always used to say, during this season and seasons before, I was like, man, every time I get past one thing, here comes something else. Every time I get through this, here comes something coming again, or something different, through friends or through people, and not even just with people, just in general, just things in my life, just period, that may be going on with me, or just things externally, I should say. But every time here comes something, I'm just like, what is it? I said, why is that, God? And when I read Luke 4 today, one thing that stood out to me was Luke 4. I'm going to read verse 11 to about 13. It says, "And in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. And Jesus answering said unto them, It is said, Thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. And when the devil had ended all the temptation, he departed from him for a season." Wow. And that resonated with me. And I finally understood that the enemy will try to get you to turn away from what God has you on, what path God has you on. But even when he flees for a season, which means he can definitely come back again to try and get you in your next season. So it's not just about, dang, every time I turn around, I get, here come this, here come that. It's been already set in stone in the word that there is a possibility that, well, actually, no, that there is a guarantee almost that pretty much that the enemy will try to come in and tempt you, no matter, even if he's tempted you before and you've gotten through it, he'll try to come back again. A season. But the thing also that stuck out to me is that the season that you're in won't last always. And the enemy trying to tempt you, as long as you stand on the word, it cannot prevail like Jesus did. So during this season that I'm in right now, with a lot of temptation to want to go back to a job, wanting to just call up so-and-so and be like, you know what, I really need this, I need that. Let me go ahead and just see if I can just apply here for a little while. But every time I try to, I just decide, man, I really, really want my dreams, and I really, really want to pursue this full time as far as acting. I don't want to go back to working for someone else. And I'm not knocking 9-to-5s. They have helped me pay my bills. They have definitely helped me, take care of myself as far as throughout these years. And I appreciate my job. I will never throw salt on any 9-to-5 because, for one, like I said, they are needed. But when you have a calling on your life and you have a dream that God has given you, you have to pursue it. You have to take control. Now, obviously, you have to go by the leading of the Lord. And one thing God told me to do, I didn't mention this, I meant to mention this. God told me that it was time for me to leave my 9-to-5, and I was to go, and I can pursue. And I did. And like I said, once I let go completely, because at one point I picked up another side job, and then, well, not side job, it was like a temporary type job that was going to last throughout a season. Here we go, season again. But I ended up leaving it due to how it was. And right after I left, I got booked for the commercial that I did. And it's so crazy because I'm like, wow, man, it's crazy we have faith during this season, even in temptation, to stay where we want to stay. Because the enemy doesn't always have to tempt you to do something wrong. He doesn't always have to tempt you to go back to your old ways, but he'll tempt you to stay in a season God does not want you in anymore. And God's wanting you to leave it, and you're trying to stay because it's comfortable. And I've learned that through that temptation, you can resist the enemy, and he will flee, like the word says. But know that when he flees, that doesn't mean that he's completely done. You have to stay prayed up in the word, ready to go. So as I'm in this season right now and getting ready to shoot my episode on this coming week, I ask each and every last one of you guys to keep me in prayer to Jesus Christ. I'm not sure, I know a few people follow me. I'm not sure of everybody's beliefs, but this channel is geared toward Jesus Christ. It's geared toward the Bible, the Holy Bible, which is what I was reading in. And I encourage people on here to seek the Lord, come to him with your grievances, but also obey the word, live righteously, be in his word continuously, because I am doing better with that, because I will be honest, growing up, I read the word, I studied it, but I wasn't as adamant, well, I should say, I wasn't as, how can I say, it wasn't every single day, I should put it like that. So I wish it would have been, but as a kid, it was more often because we were children. Our parents, had us reading it, especially my father. But as I got older, you fall off. But I always stood by things based on memory. And that alone, I've noticed, didn't always help, because if you don't continuously put the word in your mind, you can forget it. And I don't want to forget the word, especially when the enemy comes in like a flood. You have to fight him with the word. When he comes in wanting you to lust, when he wants you to fight, when he wants you to argue, when he wants you to go get high, get drunk, go party, you have to hit him with the word. So I encourage each and every last one of you, during my Faith29, whatever season you're in right now, whatever God is telling you to do, obey, and he will direct your path. Do not let temptation stop you. Do not let fear stop you. Do not let doubt stop you. Do not let what people say stop you. Obey what the Lord says. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you guys so much for your time today. I hope you guys are blessed. And check out my film coming out. Like I said, pardon me. I will have, like I said, a little small role in that. So background. So just be on the lookout for it. Pardon me. I'm very excited. Next month, I can't wait to see what what it looks like. I'm very excited about it. God bless. God still makes miracles, y'all.